of the building itself, but because we have all come together as divine expressions of the sublime divine, that we may join together in unity and loving recognition of the one. So as we settle into this space, I invite you to simply remove anything from your laps that might be in the way, set it aside, and at the same time, set aside thoughts of yesterday or tomorrow, and just allow yourself to be fully present, to be where your body is. I invite you to take a deep, loving breath. And as you exhale, consciously see yourself just shaking off the chunks of life, the dust of life. It's falling away. And with every breath, you are breathing in the awareness of love and breathing out an even deeper awareness of love. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to do so. There is one life. That life is infinite. That life is perfect, magnificent. It is my life now. It is our life now. We say yes to that idea. We say yes to that divine truth, recognizing that right where we are, God is centered within us. That presence whose center is everywhere, whose circumference is nowhere. We are one with the one. I invite you to just notice your breathing without judging, without correcting. Just notice. Notice your body. Even notice the people around you. Every movement, every noise is simply a reaffirmation of the flow of life. So we don't resist it, we simply accept, bless it, and allow. For indeed, there is one life. That life is infinite. That life is perfect. That life is our life now. Sometimes in the silence, you might feel distracted. Simply allow, knowing that the distraction is the meditation. It is the blessing. It is the proof of life. Simply allow. Simply accept. And breathe back into a loving awareness of the one. Breathing in, I calm my body, and breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me. I am light. I am love. I am the glory. Such blessed, sacred silence. We allow it. Knowing that we are fully supported by the very spheres of this universe. We bless the distractions. They are proof of life, proof of the flow of life. How wonderful to hear, to notice, to bless and allow. beloved presence. It surrounds and fills each of us, holding us lovingly, saying, "Oh, my darling, how may I love you today? How may I bless you today? How may I inspire, heal, and lift you this day?" And together as one, we respond simply by saying, "I am that I am. I am. I am." We live in the yes, allowing the embryo of possibility as it begins to emerge within us. Those dreams, those desires, those sacred ideas, that's life coming forth uniquely as every one of us. So today we move into this world speaking yes, living yes, releasing anything unlike that yes. And we remember to remember there is one life. That life is infinite. That life is God, and that life is my life, here and now. And so it is. So when you are ready, I invite you to come back into an awareness of this room, of the beautiful beings around you. And know that you have a few minutes to reacclimate to the world, to get coffee, to respond to your own biology. And I will see you back here at 10:30. Namaste. My dad's got a barn. Let's have a service. Go for it. If you feel like dancing, standing, do it. If you want to sit, if you want to nap, you can do that too.
Love, with a heart of grace, overflowing us, decorate this place. As it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. And when the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. And when the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love, in the name of love. May we always be seeking out the best until we all are free. Where we've been in the world, oh, we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. And when the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. And when the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. 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 When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love. 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 In the name of love.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm also going to ask our beautiful Andrew over here. By the way, give it up for him. Give it up for the
Good
band.
morning. Thanks for being here.
We sang this song last week. We're still learning it, so just run it through and then we'll all do it together.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is.
I think we can do it faster. What do you think?
A little faster. Grateful for the morning.
There we go. Thank you.
Grateful for the sunlight on my face. Grateful for the feeling. Grateful for the knowing. Grateful for the love that's in this place. Grateful for believing that God is all there is. And God is all there is. One more time. Grateful, grateful for the morning, the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is. God is all there is. God is all there is again. God is all there is. God is all there is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be seated. Or not, whatever. We're kind of a come-as-you-are organization in many ways. Well, see, I'm leaving on retreat tonight, so I'm already in that mindset. I'll be in Hawaii. I'll be praying. I'll be praying. And eating. I'll be praying. Anyway, Ernest Holmes, who founded the teaching, The Science of Mind, the Church of Religious Science, once wrote, "We are in the laboratory of the infinite. What then shall we create?" What indeed shall we create? You know, there are no limits to what we can create. That idea, that dream, that embryo within each of us is there not for it to be squelched, not for it to be denied, but for it to be brought forth in your own unique way, my own unique way, so that we might weave this planet in colors and fabrics and textures that have never been before. So we are here to support you in that. We are here to love you in that. We are here as all of that. So wherever you are on your journey, wherever you are on the spectrum of age, of culture, of gender, of politics, of religion, of whatever it is that has brought you to this planet, we are glad that you are spending some time here with us. So whether you volunteered to be here today or you were voluntold, we are glad that you've joined us. What else do I want to say? Oh, post and share, post and share, post and share. We are a media-friendly kind of organization. We would love for you to take pictures, videos, and share them like crazy, because that's how people find us. And we are very grateful you're here. Thank you very much. Have a great service.
Good morning. I am Shirley Ash, and I am a licensed professional practitioner here at the North Hollywood Church of Religious Science. As we prepare to dive into the service, please check your cell phones and to make sure they are silenced. Thank you. I also want to welcome our live streamers. We would love to know where you are, so go ahead and enter your location into the chat. So, please join me in prayer. Whew. Taking that deep breath, we center ourselves in that oneness of all life that we call spirit. For we know that spirit and God are all there is. No matter what that appearance may be, we know that God is there, that it solidifies around each and every single situation. For I know and accept that I'm one with this power, one with this presence, for there is only one mind, one consciousness, which is the one life of God. And it's through God that I live and move and have my being. And I accept for myself that before I've called, God has answered. And I say yes to God, for I know God always says yes to my spoken prayers and unspoken prayers. I'm never alone, for I walk hand in hand with Spirit. For the power of God goes before me and makes all crooked paths straight, no matter what that appearance may be. I know there's that greater power, that greater majesty of God flowing through that situation. And I release into God's loving, capable hands, knowing that the greater good of God, the greater good that I can ever imagine it to be, is working through that situation or circumstance. I know each and every person is here by divine appointment. And I know Reverend Sidney is open to that inner voice, that inner calling to express God's word this day. So I say, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for that has heard me and that heareth me always. Thank you for this word being spoken for each and every person here. For they are here to shine more light and love of God into the world. And I release this word to God's perfect divine law, knowing that God is love and God is law. Knowing this truth and know this word will not come back to me void, for it is done, and I accept that it is so. And so it is, and together we say, Amen. Please join me for the prayer of the month. You may remain seated. Today's prayer is the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
All right, so if you are a visitor here, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand because we have a present for you. Ushers, would you come forward so you can scan the room? Anybody here for the first time or has been gone for a long time? All I'm going to ask you to do, see, we have 2 people in the front. That's all I'm going to ask you to do, but keep your hands up so we can gift you. I promise you don't have to stand up and give your biography. There will be no animal sacrifices, no wagering, none of that. Anybody else? All right, so we have a welcome for you. We have a blessing, and we're going to honor you, those of you who have joined us, with that blessing. It's going to appear now.
There.
We say to you, we see you, we bless you, and we welcome you. And if this place works for you and you want to know more, we invite you to find out. There's a visitor's table out there, and you can talk to any one of us. We're pretty friendly. We don't bite, and we would love to have you participate or find out more about us. And if this place does not work for you, then please, please, we urge you to keep searching. Everybody deserves to have a spiritual home that is in alignment with who you are, what you believe, and the path that you are walking on this sacred planet. So thank you very much. All right, what am I doing? We're doing a group song.
Yeah, so we're going to stand
That's
up
right,
and
I'm
sing.
starting this. Big old F sharp 7. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I am.
I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see a light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
All right. Let's take a few moments to walk around, offer a handshake, offer a hug. I'll see you in about 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes.
Oh, great Spirit of love, giving freely, refusing none. Oh, great Spirit of love, eternal goodness flows like a flood. Love is all is love. Join us in singing the music of one and all in one. No greater blessing neath moon or sun. No greater blessing.
I invite you to settle into and touch the silence in your heart. Simply become aware of your breathing. Choose to be present in this beautiful moment. As you dive deeper, I offer these words to you. There is one life, that life is God, and this life is my life now. I will bring us out of the meditation in 5 minutes. There is one life, that life is God, and that life is my life now.
will hand in hand. Have I lived to see the milk and honey land, where hate's a dream and love forever stands? Or is this a vision in my mind? The law was never passed, but somehow all men feel they're truly free at last. Have we really come this far through space and time? Or it is a vision in my mind? I am not one who makes believe. I know the leaves are green. They only turn to brown when autumn comes around. I know just what I say. Today's not yesterday, and all things have an ending. But what I'd like to know is, could a place like this exist, so beautiful? Or do we have to don our wings and fly away into the vision in our mind? I am not one who makes believe. I know the leaves are green. They only turn to brown when autumn comes around. I know just what I say. Today's not yesterday, and all things have an ending. But what I'd like to know is, does a place like this exist, so beautiful? Or do I have to take my wings and fly away into the vision in my mind? Into the vision in our minds. Into the vision in our minds.
How did you get inside my brain? I don't know of a better way to talk about this teaching than to really recognize it's about the vision in our minds. It is the vision in our minds. Okay, the team doesn't know I'm going to do this, but I'd like you to raise the lights just a little bit for a few minutes. And first I want to say, everybody make a fist. Both hands, make a fist. Make a fist. Make a fist. Make a fist. Did I say Simon Says? Grab the money, for God's sake. Jeez. Whoops. I did not say Simon says, but there's a reason I did this. You cannot receive with closed fists. You cannot receive with a closed heart. You cannot create with a closed mind. You cannot heal the world with a closed idea and with judgment. You cannot do that because there is no flow. Some of you are still like looking good. Because we want to have open hearts, open hands, open minds, open souls, all of that in order to really, really fully embrace and to live. Oh, it's just a piece of bamboo. I'm going to get mine too, come on. But we want to be able to live in the experience of being in the flow. So my talk today is Spiritual Economics Part 2. Part 2. Last week, we talked about the first part. Does anybody remember what it was? Because I've forgotten already. It was gratitude. It was gratitude. And we are basing all of this on spiritual economics. And I think we've got about 6 copies left in the bookstore. If you've not read this book, it is a classic. It's from Eric Butterworth. And he was a Unity minister, and he was just fierce and such a heart of knowledge and awareness. And he said, you cannot demonstrate supply while you are resentful of those who have it. Your prosperity is not blocked by your circumstances, it's blocked by your resentments. Oh, man. I just wish I hadn't said that. But that's the reality. That is the reality. That when we are blocked, when we are holding on to those judgments, to that lack of forgiveness, to that pronouncement that we have made about somebody or something, our lives become stopped. Our desire, and by the way, the economics, that refers not just to your money, it refers to your health, the flow of health. It refers to love, the flow of love. It refers to wisdom, the flow of wisdom, inspiration, connection, all of that, community, the planet, the country, it's all of that. Yet when we are anchored in being right, we cannot in any way loose from that anchor and move into that flow of life, which is that was a really good segue, because he also wrote a book called In the Flow of Life. And if we have some of those in there, you should grab them as well. This is the truth. This is a spiritual truth, that we are here to be lifted, to be shifted, to be inspired, to be held, to be channels, to be fonts for that presence of God. You know, we hear this idea. And if you look this up, if you Google this, about 25 people are going to claim authorship. But here's the idea. God, whose center is everywhere, whose circumference is nowhere. And you and I are centers for the operation of God. We are the expression of that. So we're not just little individual channels, little tubes, little conduits, little straws. We are great, big, boundaryless, borderless experiences in that swell of love, in that surrounding of love. And we have the ability and we have the choice to become open, like permeable to the presence. We can be permeable to inspiration. We can be permeable to substance. We can be permeable to all of that. Yet, if we are anchored in a place of resentment, of judgment, of pain, of being right about that pain and saying, then we become impermeable, unpermeable, not permeable. We don't get the stuff. Forgiveness needs to happen on 3 levels. First, we forgive ourselves. Then we forgive other people. And then finally, we forgive circumstances. And I'm gonna dive into all of those a little bit more. But I want to tell you a story about my own experience with this. Years ago, let me see, it was, oh my gosh, it was in the 90s, I think. 80s or 90s. I was 7. No. Many of you know I'm also a musician, and I was on the road with a show, and I was playing keyboards in the orchestra pit, and I was unceremoniously terminated very shortly into the run of that show. And it was Les Miserables, so yes, I was quite the Les Miserables one. And I remember at the time, with my magical thinking, saying, well, I should not be fired. I should not be terminated. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I hate them, I hate them. And I went to the conductor, I said, I blame you, I blame you. You let this happen. This was wrong, this is wrong. The truth was, I did not prepare. I did not do the homework involved with it. I had a lot of magical thinking going, I'm on the road, I'm gonna make a lot of money, I'm gonna be doing the show, and it's gonna be wonderful. Well, if you don't practice hours and hours and hours and freaking hours a day to go into a new experience, guess what? You're not going to make it. And so that experience happened, and it crushed me. It really did. And I spent literally years in resentment of that. And I also saw that my money was not, it would flow in drips and drabs. But there was a lot of debt, and it all seemed to have happened around this time. It started at that time. And so fast forward, as I began to study, and really actually study these principles, and I began to look at those questions that I always offer here. What is there for me to know? Who am I to be? What is there for me to do or to give? And I began to recognize my own role in this situation. And I took full responsibility for what it was that I had done and not done. And this situation, this anger, was like it was living rent-free in my head. And I had this whole image and this whole picture, the story. And I had to come to a place where I said, am I willing to change the story? Am I willing to tell a different story? How about just a true story, or one that's anchored in truth? And so I began to practice forgiveness. And what I'm truly, truly aware of is that when you and I are ready, the blessing will present itself. When you and I are ready, the opportunity to move forward will present itself. So as I said, this happened the 80s, 90s, I can't remember, but fast forward to 2019 and living in Oregon, and one of my girlfriends took me to see the show Hamilton. And so it's about 10 minutes before curtain, and I'm sitting up in the second balcony, nosebleed area, and I'm looking through the program, and I see that the conductor who fired me from Les Mis is playing in the orchestra. He's in the pit playing keyboard. And I thought, oh my God, this is my chance. And I almost leapt out of the balcony. My friends were like, what are you doing? And I ran down the stairs, and I leaned over the rail of the pit. And I said, Michael, I'm sorry. I hope that you will forgive me for what I did. I have forgiven you, and I know it was me. It was not you. And I'm so very sorry. I hope that you can be released from this, because you did not deserve what I said, and I really, really am grateful for the experience, because what it did was it taught me how to become one of the best musicians to do shows in all of Southern California. I became the first call keyboard player for all of the theaters because I worked my tail off after that. I realized there was work that I had not done. So that was my blessing. Like, if I don't show up, and so I said, I so totally apologize. I hope you will forgive me, because I fully forgive you. And we were both weeping, and now the lights are blinking because it's time to start the show. And we exchanged, virtual hugs and exchanged business cards, and went running back up, and my friends were in the nosebleed section. I said, what the heck? And I said, there was someone down there I had to forgive. I just had to do it, because this is the opportunity. I don't know that I'll ever see him again in my life. Everything that began after that point, my life began to flow and expand in ways I can't even begin to imagine. Except that part of it is that my clarity about the path towards ministry and where I wanted to be and how I wanted to be was made clear. And it wasn't very long afterwards that I got the offer to come here. And this is my dream come true. You are my dream come true. But if I had not done the work and prepared for you, prepared for this, I would still be sitting in the darkness of some orchestra balcony at a show thinking, well, it should have been me. So are we willing? And I had to forgive myself, first of all. I had to forgive myself. And once I was able to do that and say, wow, I'm error thinking. I didn't do what I could have done. I didn't do what I should have done, but now I know better, and now I'm doing better. Okay, I'm okay now, and I am a different person because I have been transformed by that experience. Thank God for that experience. It made me a better musician. It made me a better human being. It was all of the blessings. You know, Emma Curtis Hopkins always says, or said, she's no longer on the planet, but that when we call forth the blessing in something, we say, this too is good, this too is God, this too is for me, I demand to see the blessing in it now. Believe me, I said that for years before I actually began to uncover the blessings that were in that for me. But when we begin to do that, we have the willingness, then life starts to shift, because that which we are focused upon creates the vision in our mind. That which we are paying attention to, whether we know it or not, is going to create. So had I stayed in that place of resenting and making him wrong and me right, for God's sake, come on. If I had stayed there, none of this for me would be happening. None of it would have gone on. And my prosperity began to just go crazy. And it's not just about the money. It's not just about the $2 bills being thrown out here into the congregation. It was the open hands, the open fist. Because there are many of us who I think are almost like Simon Says, right? Well, she didn't say Simon Says, but just in case, I'm going to keep it closed. Oh no, what is she throwing at me? Money? Well, I'm going to keep my fist closed. Oh my God, I don't want any of that. Are you crazy? Who told you? Who told you to close your fists? Who told you to close your hearts and your minds? You know, we think it's protection. It's the vulnerability where we find our power. It's the vulnerability where Spirit has the room to come forth as that power, that presence, that magnificence. And you and I are all here as creations of the divine. As I said when we started, we are in the laboratory of the infinite. What then shall we create? So if all we're using is one little beaker of anger, there's not much to create. But in this laboratory, if we have this beaker of love, a beaker of forgiveness, a beaker over here of possibility, of hope, of the willingness to trust, and we begin to put them all, there's this alchemy that happens. Forgiveness is that thing that we do for ourselves because someone else doesn't even know that you're pissed off at them. And they probably don't care. I know there are people that don't like me, and I don't worry about it because I know who I am and I know what I do. And there are probably people who haven't forgiven me, and that's okay. I guess I'm living rent-free in their heads, which... You know, I don't even know that, but I am absolutely so fully anchored in the knowing that you and I are divine and that nothing and no one can take that away except, ta-da, you and me. Right? Each resentment we have is a closed door to our own abundance. So when we are resenting ourselves, as opposed to just giving ourselves some compassion and some grace, grace has been on my mind a lot lately. When we are able to do that, that door is no longer closed. In fact, it dissolves. It's no longer even a door. It's just a passageway for us. So rather than holding onto that judgment, I would ask you, in those areas where you have been condemning yourself for what you didn't do or how you didn't do enough or for something you said or didn't say, would you be willing to tell a different story and to just let it go? Would you be willing to no longer be hard? Would you be willing to soften around that as if you were holding a small child and say, oh, sweetheart, I know you didn't mean to hurt that person. I know you didn't mean to do that. Oh, sweetheart, I love you. You are my beloved. And that's what Spirit wants to say to us. That's what Spirit is saying. But with this, we don't get that message because this is pretty much just a symbol for this or this. So that thing about forgiving ourselves, and that means giving love for the pain, giving hope for the pain, giving compassion for the anger, give love, peace, whatever that is, for that hard thing. Give the softness for the hard. It's an exchange. It's that one area where life actually is really transactional, because when we give for this, then this love, this open hand, becomes the path into our hearts, into our souls, into that next great possibility that we have. So, when you think about someone who might have constricted you, who might have gotten in your way, how do you feel? Not good, right? Yet if we can open up to that, that flow comes back around. It comes around, it comes around. And so we can move past this whole thing. So we forgive ourselves. We forgive others. Because, the truth is, we're all doing the best we can. We're all doing the best we can. And if I think yours isn't good enough, that's none of your business, and it's none of my business, because that's my problem for anchoring into, well, I'm just going to judge her for a while because I've got 10 minutes, so why not? I'll just spend it in judgment. That could be good. Yeah, that's fun. That feels good. Oop, heart attack. Oops, bankruptcy. Oops, divorce. Oops, illness. Right? Now, I'm not saying that if you are experiencing any of those, it's because of a lack of forgiveness. But I'll tell you what, if you are willing to move into a new story of release, of reconstructing and of reconciling and having forgiveness, those experiences that you might be going through, they're going to get a lot easier. They're going to get a lot more sacred, because when we begin to regard ourselves as the sacred beings that we truly are, everything starts to reflect that. It's the vision in our mind. It is the consciousness, because life is consciousness. That is what we teach here. Now, the thing that you'll hear a lot of about metaphysics and this church or unity or divine science or any of them is change your thinking, change your life. That's half of it. Change your thinking, change your mind, and keep it changed. Because if we don't keep it changed, then all of that stuff begins to have room to come back in. And again, the energy that we give to how we were wronged or how we wronged somebody else, and it doesn't mean that we don't make reparations or reconciliation or apologize, but the ways in which we hold on to that, that hurts. That hurts. And then we begin to forgive the circumstances, the events, whatever it was. It might have been an economic thing that happened in the country. It might be a political event. It might be an earthquake. I don't know what it is for you. But when we begin to stop identifying ourselves according to that event, that person, that circumstance, and we start to identify ourselves as divine, limitless, magnificent beings, those things just begin to drift away. So forgiveness is a daily process. For me, it's more than once a day. It truly is, because I drive the 405. I mean, come on. But it's over and over and over. When we have that mindset, when we have that habit, when we have that discipline, then we no longer are becoming like a cesspool for the stuff, the toxic stuff that other people might want to offer us or the world might seem to present to us. We are clear and we are clean because that flow. Picture a glass of water, a glass of muddy water. Drop by drop, add the clear water. Drop by drop, drop by drop. Eventually, that glass becomes clear. It takes time and it takes consistency, but it does become clear. And that is what forgiveness is about. Because we want to release not just ourselves to the highest expression of who we are as divine creations of spirit, but everybody else. There's enough. Dr. Mark used to say it's like pie. There's enough pie for everybody. There's enough pie, there's enough forgiveness pie that everybody can be forgiven, that everybody can thrive, everybody can move forward, everybody can grow. And whether or not somebody that I think wronged me grows or doesn't, or gets their pie or doesn't, that's not up to me. But if I can begin to move from that state, that knowing of oneness, that as I can love, forgive, release, bless, then guess what? They can only bless me. They can only bless me. And that's the idea. That's what we want to do. So I'm going to ask you to just take a minute. Think back to a time in your life when your money stopped or it started getting wonky. Or think back to a time when your health started getting wonky or painful. Think back to when it started. Think back to when it began. Now ask that self within you, what was going on at the time? Who was I involved with? What was happening? Who was I angry at? Who hurt me? How did life hurt me? What was the event around it? Neville Goddard has a practice called revisioning. I want to offer you that gift. Would you be willing to revision that experience? And even if you can't recreate it, would you be willing to forgive it? To no longer have that as the thing that's living in your head rent-free and limiting you or hurting you. Would you be willing to be free of that thing if you knew that your money would get better, if you knew your health would get better, if you knew your relationships would improve? Would you be willing to forgive? This little process can help you a lot. And then the key after all of that is to replace whatever the thoughts were with a new idea. And it might be a simple affirmation. I am willing to start over. I am willing to know peace here. I am willing to know love. I now invoke peace. There is that within me that forgives. There is that within me which heals. Open up any of the books in our bookstore randomly, and you're going to find a phrase that you can use as your new mantra instead of, man, he screwed me. And it becomes, I am a blessed creation of spirit. I am one with God. Whoa, that makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel so much better. So one of the things, just one last thought before we end, and it is absolutely a non sequitur of all of this. You might notice that we talk about cake a lot here. I will never pass up an opportunity for us to have cake. And sometimes it'll be pie, but it'll be cake, mostly. It'll be cake. We can turn the lights up just a little bit, please. So I know that a few people in this room have birthdays today, yesterday, next week coming up. But I get to do this because, it's my church. When you are out on the patio later, this will be waiting for you. And make sure you say, "Happy birthday to my husband, Charlie." Now, I know you all like cake and frosting, so make sure and this is what we say, get the flock out of here so you can go get that cake. And there'll be even more because he and I aren't eating sugar this week. So, and I know it's also Susan Edwards Martin's birthday, or yesterday, I think. I'm sorry? Randy's birthday was yesterday? Randy. I never knew. And by the way, there's a reason we're not singing happy birthday, because if we do that, every single one of you is going to come up to me and say, "Hey, next week is my husband's birthday. Next week is my boyfriend. Today is my dog's birthday." We're not doing that. But go out and say you can sing happy birthday to them on the patio and eat cake. This is a beloved, beloved community. As I said, Charlie and I are leaving to go on retreat tonight. We'll be gone for 10 days to restore, to renew, to forgive. And yeah, we deserve it. I know you will take very, very good care of Reverend Skip, and you will take very, very good care of all of our beautiful people, because I love you so much. And we are all worthy. We are all worthy of the joy, the freedom, the peace, and the prosperity that comes from release, renewal, forgiveness, and love. Let's pray. Thank you. So we just simply turn within now, once again, in that beloved recognition of, oh my gosh, we are here in this place where God is just seeking to find those ways to love us. Spirit wants to love us. Light wants to love us. The universe wants to love us. That whatever the name and nature that we describe that divine within and around us as, it simply is saying to us, "Oh, my darling, lie back on those satin cushions and let me peel you a grape. Let me bring you cake." So we step into the limitless awareness of God, knowing that absolutely, as Ernest Holmes said, we are living in the laboratory of the infinite. What shall we create today? And we choose to create peace. We choose to create a greater awareness which is based in possibility, not prognosis, which is based in love, not hate, which is based in the infinite creativity that resides within each of us, and not those labels, those judgments, those resentments, whether it be for the people around us, the people in our government, the people on the planet. We transcend all of that. We are greater than that. We are greater than that, because God as me is greater than that. God as you is greater than that. Spirit as every one of us is greater than all of that. And in the awareness, the declaration, the cultivation, and the pronouncement of love, everything unlike love will come up to be dissolved. So we allow it to be dissolved through us now, so that we might walk on this planet as beings of greater awareness, greater love, greater joy. For we are here as the wholeness of God made manifest. How wonderful it is to know that. So we bless this church. We bless this community. We bless all churches, all spiritual communities, all paths to God, be it a church, a synagogue, a temple, a cathedral, a mosque, an ashram, wherever people gather, we know that that light shines brighter. And without the darkness, we don't see the light. So now we release the need for darkness, and we bring forth that light as who and what we are, touching hearts, healing minds, and blessing this planet. So with a full and grateful heart, I release this word into the law of mind, the activity of spirit, that divine, sublime, divine knowing that is already so. And so it is, and together we say, Amen. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. Ushers, would you come forward? Let's turn up the lights.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
She just put one of those crumpled up $2 bills in the basket. It's your tithe. It's great. May it come back to you 10 times. This is your opportunity to participate in the stewardship of this community. You get to have a voice here. You get to have agency. And I'm blessed that I get to share this path with you, that we get to share this path. I get to walk with you. Boy, am I lucky. So I invite you to take that tithe, your gift, your love offering, hold it to your heart, and say with me, from the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
When you're having a gloomy day, here's an answer to shoo those blues away. Just sing a swinging tune, then you'll be smiling soon. Before you know it, you'll be laughing out loud. And if the weather looks gray ahead, and you're thinking you should have stayed in bed, find a happy song and tap your foot along. Before you know it, you'll be out in the sunshine, carefree, having a good time, like me, chasing the blues away. Andrew. darling. Yeah, when you're having a gloomy day, here's an answer to shoo those blues away. Just sing a swinging tune, then you'll be smiling soon. Before you know it, you'll be laughing out loud. And if the weather looks gray ahead, and you're thinking I should have stayed in bed, just find a happy song and tap your foot along. Before you know it, you'll be out in the sunshine, carefree, having a good time, like me, chasing the blues away.
Sherry Williams.
So one more hand for Sherry Williams. Whoa! Okay. So thank you to our band. Hello,
Yay.
hello. And this wouldn't happen without our digital ministry team. One hand for them. Okay, here we go. Announcements for Sunday, August 24th, 2025. If you are new and you want to know what's going on here, visit our welcome table. It's right outside onto the patio. Just make a left and a left. Because of you, we have great musicians. We are feeding the unhoused. And our sanctuary has electricity, comfortable chairs, and air conditioning. Yeah. Okay. You can easily make a one-time or recurring donations to our church through our text-to-give number, our QR code, or through our website at nhcrs.org/give. Thank you. Prayer with a Practitioner is available after the service in the sanctuary or on Zoom. Also, Zoom attendees, please join our virtual patio after the service for spiritual and social connection. Every Sunday at 10:30, our junior church is open. Babies, kids, teens are all welcome. Signing your children starts at 10 a.m.
So that means you can dump them and come pray.
Yes.
I'm a mom, I get this.
So, Wednesday Wake Up with Reverend Skip Jennings, this Wednesday at 7 p.m. The topic is Renewed and Radiate, a Vibrational Reset. Health and Wellness Ministry meets today at 12:15 p.m. in the junior church. The Prayer Shawl Ministry meets today at 12:15 in the Ernest Holmes Room. Join Reverend Skip today at 5 p.m. on Zoom to find out all about his Bali trip in 2026. There is a Circle of Healing with practitioner Mary Catherine O'Hart next Sunday, August 31st at 12:15 in the sanctuary. All are welcome. 2 new classes on Zoom. Sign up online. Join Reverend Skip Jennings for our next Lunch and Learn, Visioning a Way of Life, for Tuesday starting September 9th from 12:30 to 1:30. Cost is $75 in full or $20 per class. Join Dr. Reverend Lehman Steen for Beyond Limits. 8 Tuesdays starting September 9th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. This is a life-changing class and is a prerequisite for practitioner training. The cost is $245 in full or $135 in 2 installments. The book is Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes.
Now, this is a Zoom class, so if you have not had the opportunity to take one of our foundational level classes, this is a really, really good place to start. If your appetite has been whetted by some of the stuff that I said today and you want to know more about how to shift your life into that place of empowerment, of joy, of peace, then I invite you to come take this class. It is a wonderful class. It takes the place of that class that we called Foundations, and I would love to see you there. Look
Okay.
who's here.
Look
Come
who's
here.
here.
Come on.
With bunny ears, nonetheless. There we go. So,
Come on, come on.
there we go.
Hi.
Our little ones.
Life stands still, doesn't it? It's so good. That's cool.
Okay,
I like
to continue, study of high mysticism. The Wisdom of Emma Carter Hopkins starts September the 11th. Join Reverend Tricia Klink for this amazing class. Meet in person 10 to 12 or Zoom from 6:30 to 8 p.m. the second and the fourth Thursdays of each month. This is an ongoing 12-month class. The cost is $50 per month or $500 for the year. Sign up online. Zoom meditation meets Monday through Saturday from 7:55 to 8:15. Visit our website, nhtrs.org, for Zoom links, info, and to sign up for the weekly e-blast and monthly newsletters. And please follow us on social media and post what you love about our services. And I'm done. Yay!
I'm busy, okay? I'm working with my peeps here. Okay. Practitioners, would you come forward and let's stand and sing our peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth,
The peace that was meant to be, with God as greeters, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All right, would you repeat after me? I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace.
I live in the consciousness of peace.
I release all fear.
I release all fear.
I am living love.
I am living love.
So go forgive someone today. Have a great week. Blessings.